Taylor Swift just dropped the Life of A Showgirl, and I was looking forward to this album. I said that on my platform because I was excited about her moving more into an explicitly pop, more fun dance type era. And as a musician, as an artist, as a person who talks about music, I was hoping, like every time Taylor drops an album, I really go into it wanting to understand because it's not just the idea of liking Taylor's music. There are a lot of artists and genres that I might not personally like, but I can understand why they are who they are. But at my core, I'm not a hater, and I don't like being at the space where I dislike one of the biggest artists in the world, or I should say, I dislike their music. And even if people are like, well, Wayne, I think that you're a hater of this particular artist, the artist you're probably thinking of, I've talked so much about how much I like their music. The problem is that with Taylor, I've just never understood it. And I was like, maybe this will be the album that I'll finally understand. And I tried. And my takeaway just it wasn't it. I didn't like it. Now, if you loved it, I love that for you. But personal, local, and immediate, there are probably three main reasons why I didn't love this album. The first reason I think is the writing. It's the thing that Taylor has the best reputation for, pun intended, because I think that there's an element here where we talk about Taylor as a great songwriter, and I've kind of pushed back at that sometimes. I think Taylor's a great storyteller, and she sets those stories to music, but it doesn't always translate to good songs. There are times where it does well. Folklore and Evermore are such creative and poetic writing in that way. And she was kind of pushing her fan base, being like, this is like Evermore with more fun music. It's not that. The writing on this album really isn't good. Part of it is Taylor's writing at times insists upon itself. It insists on making words fit where they might not. And that's the thing that she does, and that's her thing. But when you do that, that's just kind of her style. It can work when the content is great. In this album, there are too many examples where not only is she insisting upon herself in her writing, but the content isn't very good. I mean, some of the stuff in Eldest Daughter is just downright cringy. Canceled is corny. Wood is gross. Wood feels like she asked ChatGPT to take a Sabrina Carpenter song and make it Taylor Swift. Like that's what it feels like to me. Right. So there are too many examples on this album where just lyrically it's just not there. It just doesn't hit. It doesn't feel creative at all. But you can make up for not having the lyrics hit when you have marketed this album as a dance fun production. And I never truly got the sense that the production went full send into dance and pop and fun, which is my second issue with it because it felt like there is a blueprint out there. There are artists, pop female artists who are putting out dancey, popish, joy-filled records right now. And so the blueprint exists out there, and it just felt like they never went full send into that type of musical space. I was kind of hoping for more of a 1989 feel and sound. I think 1989 is her best album. Not only was it not that, it felt like you had like Tortured Poets with just a little bit more upbeat production. And like I said when I first talked about this album, there's so much happening in the world, and I wanted that sound, that feel to bring joy to Taylor Swift fans and non-fans alike. Which leads me to my third issue with the album, which isn't even something the album did, it's something that it didn't do, which is I have a lot of fans who are Swifties, who are praying, hoping for a lyric, a song, an Easter egg, an allusion to what's happening in the world right now, and Donald Trump specifically. And it never happened. Not only did it not happen, but instead of having smoke for Donald Trump, who has said nasty and egregious things about Taylor specifically, she made a song having smoke for Charlie XCX. So you do have the capacity to have smoke for someone and explicitly call someone out. You just couldn't do it for the person who's actually ruining the world, not just your world. And there are too many examples right now of artists being vocal about what's happening in the world or about their displeasure with the politics of this world, not only in the construction of their albums, but in specific songs and in their performances. So the example and the blueprint is there, which makes it feel like not doing it is a choice. And for my politically engaged, socially conscious Swiftie friends and Swifties across the world who are in that space, I'm sad for y'all today because I know a lot of you were hoping and expecting, and it just didn't deliver. So not only is the writing not good, in my opinion, and the production is just there, in my opinion, the moment was missed. And someone's going to hop in here and say that I'm putting too much on Taylor. I'm expecting too much. But Haley Williams just dropped a set of bangers. And when she was explicit about how she felt about the world right now and racists in the music industry specifically. Not going to talk about the Cowboy Carter tour, Sabrina Carpenter's performance at the MTV Music Video Awards. Like, there's so much opportunity here that I just feel like was absolutely missed. Now, once again, if you love the album, I love that for you. I'm not yucking your yum. I'm just saying that it was yucky in my mouth, but it's yummy in yours. And I really hope that those who don't like the album don't infantilize Taylor and pretend like this isn't the album she wanted. Because it feels like every time something around Taylor that happens that isn't perceived as good by Swifties, there's a man they can blame in her sphere. So I already see folks being like, why would Travis make her write Wood? You think Travis made Taylor write that song? You think Travis was like, use the word digmatized? For real? This has gone on longer than I anticipated. All that to say, music is subjective. It is your choice. It is your taste. And for me, it just wasn't a thing that brought me joy. I'm going to go back to some things that are currently bringing me joy, like the Clips album, Let God Tell Tomorrow, which I think is the best album of the year. And ultimately, whatever you're doing, find joy, fight fascism. And thanks for coming to my TED Talk.